In this episode with Matt finding the island where Joe is, and he goes to the restaurant where Joe is being forced to work. But before he even knows Joe or Gamamon is there, they do a little cutscene of Digimon serving a Kakatamon, a Monzimon, and a Frizzymon. And in this scene, even though we know Joe's there, but it wasn't known that Joe was there until Gamamon was thrown out to get some, I think, plates? Yeah, plates. He explains who Digimon is. After that, Gamamon runs into, gets thrown in front of Matt and Gabumon. And Gamamon tells them where Joe is. And once Matt gets to Joe, he explains what happened and how they ran into Digimon. And with that, Joe's explanation says, he'll sneak up on me. He didn't sneak up on you. He was right in front of you and you were looking at him. So that made no sense to say that. Digimon lures Joe and Gamamon to the restaurant. They eat. Joe wants to pay them Digidollars, which you would expect because they're in the digital world. But apparently Digimon use real money in this world, which makes no sense. So he is forced to work. Sorry, I was trying to think. I'm not using notes today again, because I'm trying to do this fast. But after Matt tries to get Joe to leave, not leave, but talk to Digimon, and then Digitomomon comes in, and when Digitomomon shows up, Matt explains who he is. See, this time it wasn't really bad, but I hate when they say fully Digi-evolved, because we know that's not fully Digi-evolved yet. That's Ogremon's ultimate. But again, I know for them, they don't know that that's not the final evolution yet. But still, it's just insane. Like, it's ultimately insane that they call it that Ultimates are the final evolution in this season. For now, anyways. But after that, let's see, after that, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to think. After that, I think I actually wrote down notes. Oh, yes. After that, Digitomomon forces Matt to work for him after he was trying to go get TK. And in the process of that, there was a lot of struggle with Joe and stuff, but that was because Digimon was messing with him the whole time. But Matt went on his own on a break, and he was playing his harmonica Digimon. Once again, you remember how I ratted on TK for listening to a Digimon that they don't know nothing about? Yeah, Matt's just as stupid as in this scene, he blames Joe because Digimon got into his head. And then after that, TK and Matt show up, and they go looking for who they didn't know at that time was Joe and Matt. I said TK and Matt. I meant TK and Ty. But they didn't know that Joe and Matt were on the island. The Digimon says that they were friends there. And so they went and followed it, and they run into Joe. Joe says Matt's in the back. TK shows up. When Matt... I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. When Matt is relaxing, trying to cool down. And... Matt sees TK, and instead of saying how'd you get here and who brought you, he says, where's Ty? How do you know Ty's back yet? You didn't even know Ty was back yet, and somehow you magically know? That makes no fucking sense at all. Anyways, after that, Matt says Joe was doing things on purpose. Joe said no, he wasn't. Then the Digimon shows itself, and it feels like a jackass, yada yada. And Joe saves TK from Digimon, and Joe gets wrapped up, and Matt even feels worse, and that's when the crest of friendship activates. Sorry, I was looking at something. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure in this scene, in the anime, is the only time when the crest actually says its name. Or it's Matt saying his name. I'm not sure, but this is the only time it happens, because when the crest activates and Garurumon starts to evolve into Rare Garurumon, there's a voice that says, Crest of Friendship. So, I'm pretty sure this is the only time it happens. I don't remember, to be honest. I know it didn't happen when Greymon digivolved into Metal Greymon. So, I'm pretty sure this is the only time it happens. But after that, once he's evolved into Rare Garurumon, Matt comes on, and he talks about how Rare Garurumon is an ultimate. See, right there, they knew what ultimate was. He was an ultimate Digimon, but how do you know what Rare Garurumon is capable of? And his whole info? See, when they did it with Metal Greymon, that was fine because it was Tentomon that was explaining it. But in this, it's Matt. How do you know that? That's just like with TK with Drobimon. How did he know who Drobimon was? That made no sense, and this makes no sense. Anyways, I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful day or night. Mwah.